Okay, we're in the middle of testing a lot of stuff from Ugreen, and in this video I want to highlight two products in particular. So this is the Ugreen 300 watts 5-port PD GaN fast charger. This is actually their new flagship charger, I think. It's a 5-port, 4 USB-C, 1 Type-A, supports USB PD 3.1, which is 140 watts maximum. And 140 watts is because a lot of devices, laptops in particular, they only support up to 140 watts, even though it is USB 3.1 compatible, like the MacBook Pro, the highest end MacBook Pro 14 and 16 inches, the new M1, M2, M3. Yeah, the higher end ones are all 140 watts maximum. And also comes with a 1.5 meter cable from the wall because it is detached from the wall. And then the second thing I want to highlight is this power bank. This is also a USB PD 3.1 power bank. Also supports up to 140 watts for its USB Type-C output, but you can output a total of 145 watts in total if you connect more than one device. So we'll highlight this power bank first. So as you can see, the back here, we have all of these wattages. So as you can see, the battery rated energy is at 90 watt-hour, which means you can still bring this into a plane because it is below the limit of 100 watt-hours. So yeah, inside this power bank, you will get, of course, the power bank itself. Then you will also get one C2C cable and also one pouch. And then a few more documentation that I'm not gonna touch on. So this is all you're gonna get from the power bank box. So this power bank, as you can see here, this is all of the wattages, which is the same as the box as what is listed. Very high capacity, and one of the reasons why I'm excited for this power bank is because ROG Ally. This thing's battery life is real bad, so about 1 hour and it's dead. So you will need a power bank like this to power up this device when you don't have a plug lying around you. So this power bank, you can press this button here to check the battery level. So currently at 99%. And then here you got triple ports. This USB-C one can be used to charge the power bank or to charge other devices. The C2 can only use to charge other devices, and then this Type-A port can also only be used to charge other devices. So if I plug in this power bank to the ROG Ally, I should get 30 watts from the UI. So while the ROG Ally is doing whatever the hell it wants to do, let's try each USB port's maximum wattage and all of the protocol it supports from this power bank first. So for the first USB-C port, it supports all of these protocols, including USB 3.1, PD 3.1, and has EPR as well, which is extended power range, PPS up to PPS up to 21 volts at 5 amps. So yeah, that's good. I mean, you can pretty much plug in anything to this thing and it will charge, except for proprietary fast charging standard like all of these VOC, Spectrum, Vivo, Huawei, and also Xiaomi. They don't even have Xiaomi's fast charging standard here. Those are all proprietary charging standards, and this power bank will not work. So for USB-C 2, it only supports up to USB PD 3.0 at 65 watts. If we press this button, we can see it supports PPS 11 volts and 21 volts. So yeah, that's everything it can do. And as for the USB Type-A port from this power bank, it supports all of these, which is pretty typical. So you won't get super fast charging out of this, so about 20 watts is the most you can get from the Type-A port. I mean, if you want fast charging, you're supposed to plug it into the USB-C port anyway, so there's that. And now for the ROG Ally. So as you can see, I only have 7% battery left, and I'm running in turbo mode right now, which shows 25 on that icon there. And when I plug in this cable to the power bank, it will, that 25 watts icon will become 30. So a quick flash and you can see 30 watts. That means I can get the highest performance possible from the ROG Ally thanks to this power bank. So going by the watt hour measurement, this ROG Ally is 40 watt hour. So the power bank is at 90 watt hour. It can extend slightly more than double the battery life of the ROG Ally. So I can finally play games like about 1 hour here, 2 hours here, to 2 point something hours. So totally slightly more than 3 hours or around 3 hours of battery life thanks to this contraption. It's definitely not convenient because I have to bring an extra power bank and also this long cable here, but I can get more battery life out of this ROG Ally. Why not, right? So yeah, this is Hellpie, by the way. It's just ahead in time but edgy. That's the best way a lot of people on Steam reviews put it. So we turn this off and we move on to the 300 watt charger, which I think is exciting in its own right. So I'll leave the power bank aside. This thing, as you can see here, 300 watt printer on this side, zero printing on the top or the left or whatever side, and you have this big silicone feet, rubbery feet at the bottom here. That's it. Now all of these ports are labeled properly. So this one is 140 watts, this one is 100, and then unfortunately the last one is not labeled. And lastly, we got one USB Type A port here. If we take a look at the documentation which is placed here, then the power distribution is shown like this. So if you only plug in one single device, then you're gonna get the full power from each port. Obviously, not gonna be an issue. Oh, the fourth USB Type A port is 45 watts maximum, and the USB A is 22.5 watts maximum. If we open up, then the second page, we can see if you plug in two devices, you're not gonna have any compromises to your power output because this thing can output a total of 300 watts maximum. Even if you plug in a total of 3 ports, it's not gonna be an issue as well. So you can see the highest you can get is 300 watts, which is this one. So 140 plus 100, 240. Then you plug in one more 60 watts device, then you get 300 watts in total. And then if you're gonna plug in 4 different devices, it's surprising to see that the first Type-C port will still get priority, 140 watts throughout the entire usage here, all of the use cases. And yeah, even 5-port charging, you can see the top port will always get 140 watts. So I think that is real good because if you're gonna plug in your laptop to this charger as well, then you won't get any compromises. And as for the charging protocols available, let's try it out real quick. So for the first USB Type-C port, it supports all of these standards, and if we press here, we can see it supports all of these sets of power as well, including PPS 21 volts 5 amps, and EPR capsule means extended power range, so you get all of these power too. Yeah, they even tell you how you get 140 watts, so okay. And as for USB-C 2, we can see it supports up to only USB PD 3.0, 100 watts of power. And as for PPS support, it's the same as the C1, so practically every PPS standard that is available right now. And as for USB-C 2, it supports all of these. I think it supports less standards. And it can output all of these powers as well, so okay. And for the last USB-C port, which is USB-C 4, it supports up to 45 watts with also PPS support, but only 16 volts at 3 amps for the PPS standard. So that is one limitation if you want to fast charge some device that use that specific USB PD PPS standard. And as for the Type A port, it's a pretty standard one, so all of these standards are supported, which means nothing out of the ordinary. So you will only get 20 or 22.5 watts out of the Type A port. And again, if you want fast charge, you should plug into the Type-C ports, any of the first 3 Type-C ports. Yeah. So I'll leave all of the prices for the power bank and also this 300 watt monstrosity in the description below. I think I'm gonna change to this because of how versatile it is and also how power hungry some of my devices are. And we will test more devices using this charger. I mean, it should be able to charge everything, right? Unless it's using a proprietary charging standard, then I won't be able to fast charge it. I'm looking at you, Oppo, Vivo, Realme, all of those brands. So yeah, these two devices is gonna change how I use my devices a lot, because this thing, perfect companion for the ROG Ally, and for this thing, perfect for whenever I have lots of devices to test and review and whatnot, including laptops. So amazing charger.